Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and we're here doing another classic capture. Today we're doing Donkey Kong Jr. for the NES. I should mention this is actually sitting on the Donkey Kong Classics cartridge, because both the originals came on separate carts. Donkey Kong Jr. is a different game than Donkey Kong. It's a reverse role in this one. Mario is actually the villain. Where he tries to save the princess in Donkey Kong, which we've covered in the other classic capture on the same cartridge. He is actually the villain here, and he's setting off these alligators, are probably the best way I can describe them, to bite you in the ass.
Question.
Yes.
Is he Cranky Kong?
That is a...
I believe
I believe so.
And if so, who the hell is the big one then?
He's Ancestor Kong. Donkey Kong Jr. was a more difficult game. Well, I don't know if that's the right way to put it. It was definitely more challenging than the first Donkey Kong game. All the little puzzles, they were just it required a little more timing. You had to think a little more about where you were going to go. There were definitely more obstacles, and I messed up the jump there. you could theoretically go all the way right to the screen, climb up, and go over. And that was bullshit right there, the way it fell. Jimmy, what do you remember of this game?
I remember I used to hate the last level. Well, I used to hate this one too, because of the one hand, the handle thing that would always go up. That was the one thing I always hated about it. It's like I don't know. I mean,
you gotta watch out for that bird in that goddamn egg. And like, see, yeah, you can't fall from any kind of distance whatsoever.
He was really fragile. That's how I always thought of it.
Yeah, for a gorilla, and I've seen gorillas. They are not fragile.
Yeah, well, I mean, you figure he swings through trees and everything. You would think he could,
although
take a fall.
That spring jump doesn't hurt him, but if I fall slightly, he dies. Right here, that part right there is the easiest way to get around this timing-wise. And then you climb up here, and you just kind of... It really comes down to timing. It's a game of timing. Those fruits, by the way, if you land them, like I just did right now, they will just kill the enemy for points, although, that's a temporary...
It just gets faster and faster.
Actually, each of these games have a second mode where they are faster. They're just more difficult in the end anyway.
Difficulty A and B, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, once you finish it, it goes to difficulty B automatically, and you just continue the game until you lose all your lives.
Well, it's like Excite Bike. I mean, Excite Bike had 4 tracks, but you still were able to choose, from A to D difficulty.
Yeah. This used to be my favorite level as a kid, just because it was all electronic. It was like Tron.
Yeah, yeah. I would say that, yeah.
Same idea. Electricity is canceled out by fruit. Marco, did you ever play this as a kid?
Not this one specifically. I think the original one I remember playing, the original Donkey Kong.
Yeah, this one is, I don't want to call it niche, but I don't know a lot of people who remember this one, only because it came out after the original, obviously, and the original was an arcade game. It was more popular in that sense.
Yeah, I believe Junior was never quite as popular as the original Donkey Kong was.
Well, the original one was also an arcade, so I'm sure that helped it a lot.
Well, and in this instance, this was one of your first value pack games, because you got both games on the same cartridge.
Yeah. Well, it was also because the original Donkey Kong originally was on the Atari.
That's true.
Well, the Atari and the ColecoVision.
Right here, I'm gonna die because I forgot to come down a second time. I'm just gonna stick it in there.
Yeah, here you gotta know that...
That's Bobby's philosophy on life, by the way.
Yeah, stick it in there.
Here you have to know that you should do them 2 at a time.
Well, don't want to say it. Pretty much speaks for itself. The game is fairly cheap. You get it for about $10. It's a good distraction. But anyway, this was a classic capture for Donkey Kong Jr. Please subscribe and let us know what you think. Thank you.
Giant monkey.